Hi travelers, Tara here, and I'm coming to you today with a modality reading. Instead of an elemental, I'm doing a modality reading. The elements, well, basically, let's start at the beginning. Astrology follows the four seasons, so spring, summer, fall, winter, and in turn, that it follows the four elements: earth, air, fire, and water. However, the modalities kind of give you the kind of come from the place of the quality of the type, the four seasons, the quality of it. So you have fixed, you have cardinal, and you have mutable. Now, the four, each season is broken down into 3 months, right? And so with the fixed is the power of sustaining, and it speaks to the middle of a season. I just completed the fixed modality readings, and that covered the signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are our fixed signs. I'm about to do the cardinals, and it is about the beginning of a season, and it brings about the power of initiation. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay, so this reading is going to cover 4 signs, all of them under the modality of cardinal energy, the power of initiating. And so please check back to the other modality readings for your moon and or rising sign. And general, so the messages will not resonate with everyone. In order to gain any insight into your own situation requires a personal reading. You can click on any of the eyes that pop up here throughout the video, and that'll take you directly over to the website. Simply go to the main page, look at, I think it's tarot readings or tarot consultations. I'm not exactly sure how I got it worded. And then click the arrow, the pull down menu, and you'll see all of the types of tarot readings that I do. I do offer Akashic Records readings, if they're cord cutting readings, and astrology readings. So basically, I'm going to be using the, now I'm going to be honest, I recorded a reading yesterday for the cardinal signs. Hold on. And my dog accidentally, go to your bed, who's over here now stalking me. He accidentally pulled the cord out of the computer, and it did not save my reading. So this is a repeat. And as I was saying on the fixed readings yesterday, I started to use the Fantastical Creatures Tarot, and then right in the middle, I was prompted to switch over to the Radiant White. So this is what I'm using. I also have the La Vida Sibila, the Indovina Sibilas, the Conjure cards, and then we'll be wrapping the reading up with the Psychic Oracle Tarot. Website members, I am working on your individual and romance readings for the month of October on the website. Unfortunately, with the new update, PHP update, you no longer get notified when anything new, any new articles, so you'll have to just keep checking back. I know I've been remiss in sending out newsletters, but I'm trying to get back to that, so just kind of bear with me. So with that being said, I've already done a bit of meditation and shuffling for the cardinal signs, so we're going to go ahead and lay the cards. 9 cards down. The 10 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The 10 of Wands. Tells me a lot right there. A couple of things. Hold on one second. You need to sit down, Luke. I want you to go sit down and stop stalking me. Okay, you can sit right there, but don't come over here. Okay? Stay where you are. That's a good boy. The Knight of Swords. Wow. Oh, wow. The 10 of Cups. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Fool card. This is almost identical to the reading that came out yesterday. Well, before, let me take that back because I haven't put the rest of the cards down. Yeah, it is. The Four of Cups. Wow. The King of Cups. I always like to see the King come out, the King of Cups in particular. He always makes me smile. The Five of Pentacles. Well, and the Six of Wands. Now, what is most interesting to me is that the only two cards that are different from the reading that I did yesterday that didn't get saved was I did not have the Knight, the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups, nor nor the Five of Pentacles. So what I had yesterday was Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, the Fool, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Wands. So obviously, whatever the situation or the story is, it is still relevant. This reading is going to, let's say, be valid for at least 2 weeks, so out until the middle of the month. I guess it's at the beginning, but of course, depending on what you have going on in your life, you can follow and you recognize the situation. This could have started already. You could be right in the middle of it, or it could be coming up near the end of the month. Okay, all things in their divine right time. Underneath the deck, oh well, the Lover's card. Well, well, well. So I have two wands, two cups, not counting the king, and two pentacles, and one major arcana right in the center of the reading. Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. With one swords, I have two court cards here, the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups. But those of you who have been with me for a long time know that I hardly ever interpret the knights as people. They always speak about events to me. Knights bring the energy of moving things along. Okay, so typically it's a message or news or something happens to kind of move a situation along. Now, when I first laid the spread down with the two tens here, the Ten of Coins and the Ten of Wands, I said to you, oh, well, this is telling me two different things. I feel for some of you, you have been shouldering a heavy financial burden, perhaps, for your family. But the thing is that I never look at the Ten of Wands like it's really that much of a burden. It may be hard work. It may be difficult. It may be that you are carrying a lot on your shoulders, but yet you're able to just do it. Put one foot in front of the other and just simply do it. That brings out this energy of the Ten of Cups because it represents the energy. I think it's Mars in Pisces. And Mars is about that fire, that determination, that focus, that willpower to provide for your family and your loved ones, perhaps, all of the things that they need in order to make life good. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing that came out with these two cards here, actually with the three, is that for some of you, this is information about a change in financial status or career. It also speaks about the idea of the end of a relationship and or a phase in the relationship. So this could be either business, friendship, family, familial, whatever the case may be, career-wise. Now, I get the sense here with this. I don't know if some of you have met someone or there's been someone who's been associated with you for quite some time. Maybe a friend of the family. The Ten of Pentacles implies a group. It usually speaks about inheritances, family businesses, things of that nature, but it can also sometimes indicate a work group or an organization in which people have been together for a long time. Everybody pulls their weight. There's been some prosperity and some abundance in So I'm not exactly sure how this particular King of Cups is presenting himself at the moment. He's rather silent. He's not saying a whole lot. But just in a flash, this is to me you meeting someone out of the blue, or this message that is going to kind of reset or start over, like a redo of something, okay? But there's also this idea that in order to get this redo, to reset this situation, you're going to have to let something go. Either you lose something or you simply are going to have to pass it by. Now, sometimes the Five of Pentacles is the card of feeling sorry for yourself. It is feeling so alone and so dejected and so, I don't know, beside yourself that you actually walk right by assistance, a place of respite, a place of comfort for you. You come in out of the snow. This card can also be looked at as just feeling isolated and alone. One of the old 13th century interpretations from Etiela, this card speaks about the idea of someone you can count on in times of trouble. It can also speak about the wife, the mistress, and or the girlfriend. Um, some people interpret this second figure here in the card as a child, but that kid's got 5 o'clock shadow. So to me, it always indicates that it is someone older, but someone who may feel handicapped in some way, whether this is actual or whether this is mental. It's a coins. To me, it's saying that they're not able to fully do whatever it is that they need to be doing, perhaps to contribute, but yet you stick together. Um, there is this thing where there are perhaps maybe children involved and elderly people involved. Here in this card, you see the man and the woman, the kid, there's the elderly person there. And then look, there's even dogs there. So there's some kind of family unit, or the idea of, as I say, being around each other and being comfortable with each other. Here we see the couple and the kids dancing around. Everything's happy. They've got the home, there's water, there's land. So there's all this abundance. But something occurs. I don't know if this is a trip taken, if this is a journey, or if this is some kind of foolish decision or foolish start here. We see that there's an offer presented here. Whatever this offer is, it is not so the person is not exactly sure if they want to, if they're interested, if it's in their best interest. But to me, this card always says, don't dismiss an offer out of hand. Maybe it's not exactly the way that you want it. Maybe the terms and conditions are a little sketchy. I don't know. But don't dismiss something out of hand. Here with this Six of Wands, to me, this is the most interesting line. And this is the idea that this individual, this King of Cups, and this is no matter if this is same-sex or heterosexual, because this could also be you, okay? In other words, this is about being emotionally balanced, trying to be compassionate, trying to be empathetic. Sometimes this guy will show up when he's dealing with a counselor, a lawyer, or something of that nature. I don't get this indication that this individual has any kind of substance abuse problem. There would be other cards that would tell me that. But this individual, for some reason, I think either feels alone or feels that they're going to have to give up something. But whatever this thing is, it actually turns out to be a victory. And so before it was a 6, it was a 5. And what I find to be interesting is there's a 4 wands. There are 4 wands. 4 wands here from the 10 to the 6 gives me 4 wands. So that means that 4 of these wands went away. 4 wands typically mean a safe and secure time period, or stability, or that whatever it was that you've been doing, the path that you were on, you have arrived at a place now where you can kind of rest, take stock, and have something to celebrate. You know, in the 4 of Wands card, we see the couple celebrating. What you know, you have a space, you have something that you want to share and celebrate with someone. And even more peculiar to me, and I do say peculiar because it's kind of a peculiar energy coming off of the cards, is this idea that whatever this victory is, this thing about leadership, it's like you're going to move forward, you're going to take the reins, you're going to do it. It's not possible without the help and assistance of these people behind you. What I love about this card is the look on the horse's face. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got the kind of look like, really, you didn't do this by yourself, you know, you know what I mean? So again, we have this idea of movement with the 2 horses, one going in one direction, one going in the other direction, out of the spread. And over the whole reading, or at least either the energy that's around it now or the advice, is this Lovers card. Now, the Lovers represents the idea of balance. Again, male and female, the harmony, trying to balance out both of those. Sometimes there is an obstacle in trying to do that. The card represents as well the idea of making a choice between head and heart. Now, it also indicates that there's some kind of healing that needs to be done within a partnership of some sort. You have, I think this is the Archangel Raphael, who is kind of ministering over the whole situation. To me, a lot of times this mountain in this card looks like a thorn. While thorns can be painful, it's a thorny situation. But think of a rose, bougainvillea. These are beautiful, beautiful flowers, but they also have thorns. They can prick, they can make pain, they can, you know, cause bleeding. So while the situation may be something painful or something complicated or thorny, so to speak, there is still something beautiful about it. But there's a decision that needs to be made. So the first thing I'm going to do is to look at the meaning of the 3 threes, okay, for you. And I'm going to give you, of course, the 2 interpretations of 3 threes. What am I doing? Let me go here. I should have went back. Three threes suggest arguments over money matters. There it is. 2 tens tell of a career change for the better, but 3 tens suggest arguments over money matters. We see these. And again, I just kind of get the sense that somebody's financial situation has changed, and some kind of offer, something unconventional is presented. It's unconventional. Why is it unconventional? Because that's the Fool. The Fool brings unconventionality. Something that you normally, you're like, I don't got no skills for that, or I'm not really interested in that. But yet, as I say, don't dismiss it out of hand. Now, let me take a look at the relationship 3 tens. It says that difficult times are coming to an end. I think something is resolved. I don't know exactly what this is, but something is resolved. And we see it here, this 10 of Pentacles with the 4 of Cups. You know, I'm okay kind of sort of where I am. I like this partnership. I like the way things are going or have been going or are as they are. But then this fourth cup comes in to change something. There's an offer that's going to change something either for this guy or surrounding this guy. The message comes in. We see it here. Suddenly it's everything I could have ever wanted. And there's a victory here. So this Lovers tells me that there is a decision to be made. Now, whether this is about breaking up and moving on, I don't know. I cannot tell you at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I can't look at the two court cards here. But what I can do is look at the 3 tens, the 4 of cups, the 5 of pentacles, and the 6 of wands as they relate to this Fool card. I'm wondering if maybe this idea here is something comes in that's unconventional. It's a risk, right? But then the risk doesn't go exactly the way. You don't get back what you think you should, because we lose 5 pentacles. We go from a 10 to a 5, right? Odd too. The 10 to the 4 gives me 6 cups. This 10 wands to the 6 gives me 4 cups. 6s and 4s. These are numbers of love and compassion and balance, stability. So let's take a look. We will start with the 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to give it to you just as the cards presented themselves. If I can get my phone to cooperate here. Come on. There we go. Wow. Are you ready? The 10 of Pentacles with the Lovers. Now, that's up here. So this is, I said, this is either the overall energy, okay, or it is the advice. It tells of happy unions and celebrations. It may also be depicting an engagement or a marriage. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe the person like has been contemplating, like maybe they want to get married. Maybe the offer, we should get married. We already got all this stuff. You know what I mean? The person's like, I don't know. And they don't know because they feel they're going to have to give up something. When really it's just a different perception. It's a different idea of what's going to come out of it. Does that make any sense? Okay, let me go back to the 10 of Wands. The cards are, whenever I do modality readings, and I don't do them often for you, but they can speak in such broad terms. So sometimes it is difficult to, now, two meanings, and these are rather general. Ten of Wands with the Fool is telling you to look carefully into a situation as you may have misjudged or miscalculated a situation that needs reconsideration or correction before it is able to come to positive fruition. I get the sense that there's some kind of, not disagreement, but a difference of opinion. When the Ten of Wands shows up with Pentacles and Cups, is an indication that your growth and prosperity are on their way into your life, and business ventures should be profitable. But there's something you have to decide. Let's look at this 10 of Cups here. Wow. Dog. And what are 10s? 10s are changing energy. So whatever this thing was, something comes in to change it. Literally, for some of you, it's something out of the blue. And this is through some kind of partnership. It says the number of tens indicates that a huge change is imminent. It's a reset. The multiples of tens will indicate how the changes will come about. Twos and threes, two things coming together to make a third thing. So one old relationship is either ending or changing. And by ending, I don't necessarily mean that it's going to go kaput. It could just mean that that incarnation of that relationship is ending because it's about to start a new phase. It could very well mean that it's an ending too. So I know I'm kind of talking in circles, but I think you know what I mean. So let's take a look at the Four of Cups. Nothing about the Four of Cups. Five of Pentacles. And then I want to read to you the meaning of the Five of Pentacles. Wow, here it is. Here it is. Are you ready? There's two meanings here. With the Lovers, it may be indicating upheaval, communications, miscommunications, misunderstandings, and arguments within a relationship. It tells of a lack of consideration within a partnership or relationship. It may imply the ending of a close relationship or marriage. The message is to sort out any issues before they escalate, otherwise a breakup may be inevitable. It is an indication that misunderstandings may cause unhappiness, which may ultimately lead to the breakup of a marriage. And that could be this. Somebody deciding, okay, that's it, I'm leaving. In which case, this may say that that's the best decision. Okay, sometimes we don't want things to end or to break up, but sometimes, whether we know it or not, that's the best thing. Okay, now, Five of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. It indicates that happy family times, celebrations, and accolades and rewards are ahead for you. It indicates good fortune to do with monetary gain, possibly even a win or an inheritance. It implies that good fortune is on the way with an influx of monetary gain in the offing. Well, can't beat that with a big stick, can you? But there's still some decision. There's something you're going to have to, in order to get this, you're going to have to give up something. Make sense? I always tell you, when you're clutching on too tightly to one thing, you don't have, your hand's not open to receive something new. Make sense? And it's just something about this guy holding that little flower in his hand that tells me that there's something new coming in. Now, I want to take a look at the Six of Wands. And then I'm going to read to you the meaning of the Five of Pentacles, okay? Because I think that this is key, particularly sitting underneath the Fool card. It indicates this with the Fool. It indicates that there are still some obstacles and challenges ahead. So remain aware and focused. That's why this has come out. I think that something just comes in suddenly and you're not exactly sure, or this individual is not sure what to do about it. So let me go back and read to you the Five of Pentacles, if I may. And then we're going to pull cards on this. Okay, here we go. The Five of Pentacles indicates a time of changes and ups and downs and upheavals. Well, that's what fives are. Fives are changes that are beyond your control. You've got two sixes here as well. You sure do. The Lovers is a number 6. Speaks to justifiable faith and trust in your partner, but two sixes also speak to the idea of inequality issues, inequality and insecurity issues contained within a relationship. Now, the number 5 indicates that there is a focus on financial or personal difficulties. You may experience problems at work that may cause concern regarding your financial security. You may be spending too much time worrying about things that may never come to pass, wasting energy and resources that could be better spent elsewhere. Problems in a relationship may arise from arguments about money or because infidelity is suspected. Oh, Jesus, right with the Four Swords, too. Huh. Okay. The number 5 being a number of freedom of expression of self and freedom in all aspects often falls into the clutches of variety when it comes to love and sex lives. The 5 of Pentacles tells of feelings of helplessness, defeat, despair, unemployment, financial difficulties, and the inability to find material and emotional security. The situation may be alleviated or overcome with the support of a close friend or family member or a community support system such as a church or government organization. It tells of a temporary loss of income, therefore a decline in lifestyle and self-respect. It may be on a financial level as well as emotional. It indicates that while struggling to keep hold of what one has, one actually risks losing everything. That's just what I was saying. There's also a warning of the loss of faith in oneself and in life, and this is often a greater loss than a financial one. It suggests financial loss and emotional hardship, and there is also an implication that the loss has been brought about by one's own hand. Problems and hardship brought about by oneself is an uncomfortable position to be in, but it does provide a basis for starting over again, bearing in mind the pitfalls of the past. One will therefore be better equipped to restart or tackle the problem differently the next time around. And this is what this is saying to me, that somehow or another this situation is able to be overcome. There may be difficulties and obstacles, delays right now. There may be money problems. There may be relationship problems. There could be, just where nothing don't seem like it's going right. Okay. But when you stop and take a look at the situation and you move through it, you have to give thanks for all of the trouble, even these people, because these people helped you in the background to go along. They actually supported you in going on to become a leader, right? Even if they're not supposed to continue on the battle or the journey with you, okay? But everything that you went through with these people, okay, is what has put you in this position. The cards are so clever sometimes. It says, it may be suggesting that you have overlooked or missed something in the details or your plan or the actions you have taken in the near past. It states, don't give up. It implies that you are about to achieve something you had not expected. It tells of a time where you must review your goals, plans, and lifestyle choices, as things are not as positive as they should or could be. It is a time to reassess your position and reassess your wants and needs. It may be implying that you feel confused, discouraged. The message is to stand strong regardless, as better is on the way into your life. Do not give up. That's what this card is. It may be pertaining to a legal case or issue. It implies that you may not be successful and may incur costs or suffer a loss. There it is. It may be telling of someone who is anxious over money, poverty, and lack in general. It may also be implying that someone is about to give in and give up because of a feeling of defeat or failure. Although in reality, success is just around the corner. That's what I'm saying. Keep going. Just don't. Even, I know sometimes it's hard. It indicates a dark night of the soul type of situation or time. You are asked to maintain your spirit and faith in yourself and the universal energies. It tells of a feeling of destitution, and there is an urgent need to look around you and take the appropriate action to bring about positive change. There is more to life than you realize. It is a message to use all opportunities wisely. Adaptability will be the key to your success. An alliance, friendship, partnership, bond, and affinity with another, which has formed through shared and similar life experiences and through facing adversity and similar troubles in life, may be implied when the Five of Pentacles appears in a reading. Remember, I said at the beginning, I think this is somebody who just kind of pops up out of the blue, or arrives unexpectedly. Something happens, but this person also knows exactly what you've been going through. It indicates the appearance of a variety of obstacles, setbacks, or feelings of lack or loss. It may indicate economic and financial difficulties, and a realistic check of current circumstances is needed at this time. It may be implying that your health and well-being needs to be looked at, as it may have been neglected as of late. It tells of neglecting one's health and well-being. More care and attention is needed at this time. It may be implying a need to seek professional attention or advice before issues progress negatively. You may find that your condition or problem can be easily dealt with. Remember, prevention is better than cure. A medical checkup may be in order. It asks that you take care of yourself in all ways. Now, y'all know I don't do medical readings. Now, there was something that I was looking at. I think it was the Six of Wands by the Four of Swords. Let me take a look, because the Four of Swords is underneath this Lover's card. Oh, it's not doing what I needed to do. We just go into the Wands. Come on. Here we go. There was something that I saw. It may have been the Four of Cups. Hold on. Let me take a look, because it kind of leaked out at me when I saw it, and I had no idea that there was a Four of Wands underneath there. So let me see what this says. No, I can't remember what card this was that I saw by the Four of Wands. Let me take a, I'm sorry, by the Four of Swords. Let me take a look at something for you right quick. It speaks to some kind of misunderstanding in the relationship, and I think it may have been the Ten of Cups. I've done that one. I'm going backwards, so just bear with me. I think it may have been the Ten of Cups. So let's see here if this is correct. I remember seeing it. No, it wasn't that either. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to pull cards. We're going to use Sabila's. The first thing I want to look at is what this Knight is telling me. Now, the Knight says, yeah, there's a message or there's some news, something comes in and hurry and rapidly. But the thing about the Knight of Swords is that the news may not always be good. Okay? But it is designed to move a situation along. Sometimes you need to get bad news, or you need to get some ugly news to get up off of your butt and actually do something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what you need, that kind of that jolt to bring you back to reality, so to speak. So let's take a look at what the information could be, what this is pertaining to. There's a Lamante, lover, male. There's the letter. And the Allegrezza al Cuore. To me, this is like the Three of Cups. So this card is about personal happiness, or happiness of the heart. The Sabilas are quite specific that there's different types of happiness. There's the fraternal love that you have with friends and with family. And then there's the, is it called agape? Or the eros love. But this also speaks to, you know, what does it take for me to be happy? Wow. Whatever that is, it comes in. Now, the next, what is this Four of Cups? So obviously there's news from someone, perhaps from our past, coming in. Maybe we're very, very happy to hear from this person. Okay? Maybe this is the idea that things have changed for the person. While there's been this absence, their life has changed in some way. you know, they were doing all of this, or this is why they weren't able to be with you. And then suddenly something has happened. The precious presence, a gift not unselfish. So here's an offer. Fortuna. This is interesting. So Fortuna is just that. It's the wheel of fortune. It's Jupiter. You know, he can be very up, and then eventually things go down. But then once you come down, it has no way to go back but up. And I think this is why that other message of don't give up, keep going, look at your plans, reassess where you are, and maybe all of this really isn't really what you thought it was cracked up to be. The cups in the rainbow, that's illusory. You know, joy and happiness, prosperity is an abundance. Don't always come from financial means. Yes, the dona de servicio. Well, there's an action card. So whatever the situation is, there's assistance here. This is what she does. She helps. She does errands. She does it joyfully. But to me, she's the helper card. She's the action verb. So let's take a look. You know, I'm going to look at this King of Cups and see what's happening with him. You know, maybe this is the idea that you met somebody and at the timing just wasn't right, but maybe you're going to get a redo. Okay? Now, this can't be true for everybody. Right? I want to look at this Five of Pentacles first. The Donna Maritata. Holy smokes. Di la Mica. Holy smokes. And the Lecherezza. Now this is what is so astounding to me, because these same three cards came out yesterday on the advice card. But that advice card was a Seven of Swords. The wife, the mistress, someone you can count on. However, the way that these three cards fell like this yesterday on that Seven of Swords was like this. The Lecherezza, the L'Amica, and the Donna Maritata. Things are reversed now. And what I was saying yesterday about these particular cards was that this card, yeah, it means sex. Maybe there's that variety thing that, you know, the cards were speaking about. Maybe infidelity is suspected. But this card is about tact and diplomacy. Generally speaking, sometimes it's looked at as the sex card. But basically, this is about someone's sensitivities changing around something. So I'm not exactly sure if this is telling me. Yesterday, what I was saying was maybe these cards are saying that you're going to move from the L'Amica to the Donna Maritata. But then today, it is reversed. And it is saying that perhaps you are in this position, you will be moving to this position. With this. So, two things at once. Many things happening at the same time. But the story is still the same. Either someone is either going to be returning to you in your life, and they're coming with the idea of leaving something else behind because they want to go from being friends to actual having a relationship. Maybe the person was already in and they had to get rid of, you know, to finish that thing up. For others of you, this situation could mean that someone is about to leave and depart, and they're going to be moving on to something else. Again, they've got something they have to finish up. So let's take a look to see what this King of Cups can tell us. And the thing is that none of these cards are negative, right? They are not negative at all. It could just mean that the relationship is ending. Maybe it's just run out of road now. You know, maybe the kids are graduated and everything's done, and so now, you know, it's no reason to stay together anymore. I don't know. the letterato, the man of science, the discovery, the dispiacere, the worry, the anxiety, the tears, and the sacerdote, the counselor, the priest, someone who can help, but also, well, not help, he's not the doctore, but this speaks to the single man. Hmm. Hmm. The only thing that's not here is the casa and the limoneo, the ring. If it were the sacerdote, the limoneo, the ring, and the casa, this tells me that there's a marriage. So something is ending and something is beginning. The situation is changing here. And that idea of some kind of financial gain or influx coming in could be two people coming together and putting their resources together, right? But it could also be the idea that they're freeing themselves up from a whole bunch of heavy stuff that they had. Now they can move on. We see that something is being halved. It's being left behind. Well, I want to pull cards on this Lover's card, okay? I think that's going to, what is the choice, head or heart? There's the Casa. There's the Morte. And there is the Il Nemico. Same stinking cards. So now, what this tells me is that this could be the male in the relationship or the person who takes the male role, discovering that you have been cheating on him, and he has decided now that that's enough. He's leaving all of that behind, okay? You're going to be going from the woman with children to the damn Lamika, and he's going to move on to another or a different phase. Let me put it that way. It doesn't necessarily say that there's going to be another relationship, but I think in a sense that very well is true, that there is, maybe this gives the person the opportunity to go back and be with the person that perhaps they don't in favor of, you know what I mean? I do get the sense that this is somebody that you know. It is somebody that's going to be coming back. If you are the female, it's almost as if you've been doing your own thing while this person's been doing their own thing. Things didn't go well for them, and now they are being a reset. You're going to get an opportunity to do this again. It definitely speaks to me some kind of major life event. Ace of Hearts. Eight of Spades. And the Four of Clubs. Now I was pulling these three cards over here. What I want to do is I want to look at I'm going to pull three cards across these two, the Five of Pentacles with the Six of Wands, and this Maritata Amica Leggerezza. Four of Diamonds, some kind of legal letter about finances. Seven of Clubs. King of Wands. So this is business. This is somebody who has the fire and the focus and the determination to just master this and keep it moving. So wow. This is big energy, whatever this is. And that's the same thing that I got yesterday. So that's why I'm saying, whatever this story is, I guess it really didn't matter that it didn't save, because it's the same story all over again. There's just a few things that have changed. So the Ace of Hearts, it says good news, love and happiness. It says that troubles and problems are moving away from you, and that you are growing stronger emotionally and spiritually with this ace. And I'm going to give you, there's two interpretations. I always give multiple interpretations. But with this 8 of spades, it says two-faced friends, a warning in disappointment and opposition. So it's telling you to be cautious. It is a warning in regards to any business deals in the works. But this card can also indicate temptation, misfortune, danger, and upsets. It speaks to some kind of cross condition or somebody jinxing you. With the 4 of clubs, it says that you are still building that strong foundation. That's that 10 of wands to that 6. It says to whatever this offer is, whatever the crossroads is, you are to take it. To stay focused, move forward, stay focused, and be positive. It also tells you to be aware of, to beware deceit and avoid blind acceptance of others at this time. Now, this, and don't forget, I'm going to give you another interpretation of this, so just bear with me. 4 of diamonds speaks to letting go of the past. You are blocking yourself, and you need to release whatever fear is binding you. Sometimes it can indicate a financial upswing. With the 7 of clubs, clubs always speak to some kind of work kind of a thing, career kind of a thing. It says you may have to defend yourself against an attack. You will be successful in removing all obstacles. It can indicate financial success, but there may be problems with the opposite sex. But it also indicates a change in business that may have been promoted, expected, such as a promotion. Because here you show up as the King of Clubs. This is about the ability to lead others and start a new business, start on something. Now, let me give you the other interpretation. The Ace of Hearts means the same thing no matter how you look at it. With the 4 of Clubs, hold on. Oh wait, I think I've already done this. So, this is what I was looking for. Here we go. The Ace of Hearts. It's the Home card. It promises joy, happiness, and pleasure shared with family and friends. It can mean a love affair, a new hobby or interest. It can be about a spiritual awakening. It says that no matter what this card produces, great happiness follows. Well, we see that 8 of Spades comes in. And the 8 of Spades, now this is an interesting interpretation. I have not seen this yet, but I'm going to give it to you. It says that it's a joyful card indicating contentment, happiness, and rest. It says that you have worked hard and you've achieved a degree of material success. But it says that you need to be advised to make the most of this card and not spend too long enjoying the pleasures it provides. Because some people are inclined to wallow in their pleasures and forget about their responsibilities. Now, I have never, ever traditionally seen that card come out like that, but somebody has. 4 of Clubs. It says that you will receive help from others whenever it is needed. That you work hard and you are sometimes reluctant to ask for help from others. It says that you find it hard to express your emotions. Now, sometimes this card in the past has been known as the Devil's card. It's sometimes known as the devil's four-poster bed. In other words, you know, be careful what you chain yourself to. I'm going to give, there's a third interpretation here. So hang on. Of course, the ace means everything the same. Nothing changes about that. Then I want to look at the Eight of Spades, because that other meaning, I've never seen that before, but I'm giving it to you. Now, the Eight of Spades talks about heavy emotions, but not in a negative way. Just, it's about this idea of compassion and empathy, feelings of an overflowing heart. With the Four of Clubs, so there's some kind of emotionality going on here. That's what this guy's showing up. We see this, the worry, the anxiety, the fears. It also speaks to sometimes to electronic communications. Isn't that funny? The Four of Clubs. The other meaning of the Four of Clubs speaks to, yeah, I already told you, it's you know, receiving help from others. So now the Four of Diamonds. I've always seen that show up kind of like a legal letter. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, well, that's good. All right, the Four of Diamonds. It says it's slow, steady progress toward a financial goal. It speaks to success through thrift and hard work and good money management. When your money increases, it also improves. It improves your status and your reputation. With the Seven of Clubs, it is an indication that you're better at starting things and finishing them. It is saying that you need to pay attention to details. Typically, it's somebody who flits from one thing to another. But it says that if you are prepared to spend time alone or in solitary pursuits, the future will be more successful than the past. It says that it can indicate danger, but that it can be averted if you're prepared to do the things needed to be done to ensure success. Now, the other meaning, remember there's a third interpretation. I think I've given you four, and I hope I'm not confusing you. So go back and watch this as many times as you need. The Four of Diamonds speaks to financial deals, mortgages, escrow, certificates, certifications, degrees, grants, scholarships. Okay, so it speaks to financial security. There's something else going on here I can't quite put my finger on. With the Seven, it says career and business, employment opportunities, benefits and promotions. I don't know. I just kind of get the sense that whomever this is, there will be some sadness, perhaps, about the breakup. Maybe there is a legal issue that is here that needs to be resolved. Okay, I'm leaving. You can have everything. I'm going to go off and do something else. But I still get the sense that that's going to be a victory. This guy figures prominently. I do think there's a past relationship involved, or one that's about to become past. And I still stand by the idea that for some of you, this is going to be somebody coming back from your past. Okay? I think the relationship is at the end of the road. And so there's a new search for career, all of that stuff. So let's formulate a question. This is way longer than I thought I wanted it to be. So formulate one question for the Psychic Oracle Tarot. There it is. The Three of Swords, the heartache and loss. This was a card that fell here yesterday. It was the actual Three of Swords. And to me, it's speaking of a time of releasing the past and healing because something new is coming up. The Three of Swords, it's the exact card. So it's telling me the same story. It's telling me the same exact story. Here it is. It revolves around disappointment, sorrow, and separation, which can cause upheaval and distress. It takes all the strength you have at this moment in order to move past the pain and heal your heart. The love that has been given to another should now be focused on you. Although you might look at this card as being negative, it can act as a tremendous catalyst encouraging you to move on. The painful experiences of life are just as valuable as the joyous ones. You may not appreciate that sentiment at this challenging time, but life does have a way of pushing you forward, even though you may not always know the final destination. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past, but use your strong mental control to deal with your emotions. Have faith in knowing that you will get through this. Just like I said, all of those people behind you, they helped you. You may not see that at the moment, but eventually you will. That's what I have for you, cardinal signs. I do hope those messages helped. And until next time, namaste.